back to Little Miss Lorraine. I'm so excited to bring you today's video. I'm going to be showing you my sewing room. I'm so lucky to be able to have a room completely dedicated to my craft. It's actually our spare bedroom, so our house has 2 bedrooms and a study which the previous owners did use as a bedroom but is way too small, so that's our office area. So I have taken over the spare bedroom. I'll show you in a moment, but we have got a fold out couch just because it saves on space, so that when we do have visitors come over, which we do sometimes, they can stay there and it doesn't interrupt the craft as such, and it's not like a big bed in the room. So that's been a really great addition. I know that other people are not quite as lucky to have a whole room to themselves, so I'm very thankful for this space. I'm really excited to show you it. It's very, very clean today, which, as most of you will know from your own sewing rooms, is not normally like that, but I obviously wanted to make it look a little bit nice for you, so let's get into the video. I'm also wearing something very exciting, which I think I will wait to talk to you about in my next video for my September makes, but it is a Molly top from the new ebook by Sew Over It. I'm completely in love with it. But yeah, I'll talk a bit more about that in that one, but I thought I'd just let you know what I was wearing today. Okay, this side of the room is completely dedicated to Little Miss Lorraine. So in all of these bookshelves here are products or things that I use for Little Miss Lorraine. So I have this really cute logo plaque from Trez Collective, which, as you can see, the puppy got to, unfortunately. But if you are looking for something similar, they are really good place to get them from. Really cheap, only $20, and postage was really quick, so I'll link them down below for you. So yeah, this just houses all of my Little Miss Lorraine things, so products, decorations, business cards, wrapping, more products. My zips are here. I've got snaps, tags to put on our products, more products, fabric that is for Little Miss Lorraine only, a few book wrapping things, more Little Miss Lorraine products, and more fabric for Little Miss Lorraine. So this is a really good little system for me. I like being able to keep my Little Miss Lorraine stuff separate to my other sewing, just so that I know that's where it goes and it's so much easier. This is my thread storer. As you can see, I don't actually have very many threads, but I'm sure I will be able to fill that up pretty quickly. These gorgeous lantern lights are actually from Typo, but these are my sister's. She bought them quite a while ago and doesn't use them anymore, so I stole them from her. Thank you, Steph. And this gorgeous Follow Your Heart print is from Tall Blank Wool, so I'll link them down below. I just thought it was perfect for this space, and I loved the floral wreath. If you follow me on social media, you know about my obsession with monsteras. So this is a gorgeous embroidery that I've done from Threadfolk, which I'll link down below as well, and the monstera is from Spotlight, and this super cute little business card holder from Officeworks of all places, which was only $1. So this is all Little Miss Lorraine. Moving over here, this is my little rack for some Little Miss Lorraine stuff and some of my vintage finds. So I made this clothes rack myself. It was really easy to do. I'll link to the tutorial down below if you'd like to make one for yourself. So at the front here we've got some aprons which are available from my Etsy store, and then some of my vintage clothing finds which I plan on transforming. And then up here is a little shelf from Kmart which I'm actually having a little bit of trouble decorating because the shelf space is really small, so I can't actually fit anything massive in there. So hopefully I will be able to find a few more things that will fit in there. It's a bit bare at the moment. We are really lucky in this house to have 3.1 meter ceilings. So we've got the gorgeous picture railing around the top. So that's one of my favourite rooms. You'll parts of the room, sorry. You'll recognise that from most of my photos. It's my favourite place to film, just because it's such a lovely backdrop and the lighting is really nice in here. Moving over here, so this is our fold-out couch. It's actually a really ugly green colour, so I've covered it with a rug from Kmart, just because I think it looks a lot nicer and it doesn't become the focal point of the room. And then just above that, I've got my Do What Makes Your Soul Happy print, which is actually from Kmart. Again, bit of a Kmart addict. If you're not in Australia, I'm not really sure what Kmart would be equivalent to, but it's sort of just like a homewares, clothing, outdoor, like it just stocks everything. So but quite cheap. So yeah, I'm not really sure what the equivalent would be in your country, but love Kmart. So you'll see a few things from Kmart in this room. And then moving on to this wall, this is a very exciting wall. This is my newest addition to the craft room. It's a pegboard from Kmart and it is really useful for storing my scissors, my pens, my pins, all of the things that I use when I'm cutting out patterns. I was storing them in my sewing cupboard, but I just found that I kept reaching for them and they weren't there. So I thought this would be a really cute addition to the room. We had to make our own shelves. This is actually supposed to be up the other way, but I wanted it to be landscape. So Kenneth and I went out and bought some wood and he made me some new shelves. So I've got my buttons in this super cute little tin my friend got me. My very handy lint roller, which I use all the time. A little Keep Calm and Sew print, which I'm thinking about adding to the store, so please let me know if you're interested. It would probably be available as a PDF download if you're interested, so please let me know below. All of my pens and marking tools, my scissors, rotary cutter, tracing wheel, all of that is kept in there. This I want to do something different with, but for now this is where I keep my pins, my chalk, my sticky tape and my measuring tape. And then this is probably the most exciting addition to my craft room. So Kenneth and I put this together. It is a movable cutting table, which has been an absolute lifesaver. So this stores most of my fabric around cardboard. So if you're interested in knowing how I store my fabric and my patterns, please let me know and I might do a video on that for you. But just as a general overview, it's on these wheels which have locks on them, which are really handy. So I can just pull this out and move it into the middle of the room when I want to cut. So it's got shelves on all sides, my rulers, my ultra cutting mat, and it is such a great thing to have. I used to have it like hanging off the wall, but it wasn't as sturdy and it was a bit too high for me, so I'm really happy with this solution and I use it all the time. So then over here is my TV. So I often have YouTube videos going while I'm sewing, and my Apple TV, which allows me to watch the YouTube videos on there. So in this filing cabinet, this is where I keep all of my patterns. So just very quickly, like I said, if you want an actual video on this, please let me know. So I keep all of my patterns in the top drawer because I use a lot of PDF patterns, so most of my patterns are PDFs. And then in the bottom drawer I keep my bigger pieces of fabric. Yeah, I would prefer to keep more of my fabric in the filing cabinet, but obviously it's not that big, so that will do me for now. And of course, the most important thing in my sewing room is my sewing machine. I have a Benina Record 830. This is my grandmother's. I absolutely love using it just because it reminds me of her every time I sew. Although I am looking to upgrade next year just because I'm doing a lot of sewing now. But I am planning to make my wedding dress, on this machine. So I'll still be keeping it as a backup. And this is my sewing cabinet. So this is where I keep all of my bobbins. So I used to keep all of my scissors and everything in here, but obviously you can't fit too much in here, so I'd move them over to the pegboard. But it's all my bobbins and quick unpicks and thread that I don't have very much of. So that all sits in there. And then in these drawers I have my trace off interfacing, my tailor's ham and sausage, my carbon tracing paper, my interfacing, some of grandma's old sewing tools and that sort of thing. And then here is where I keep my dressmaker's doll, which is so handy. These will obviously not be going together, just in case you thought I had a horrible dress sense. It's just I've got two things on the go at the same time. I love her. She makes life so much easier and I'm so glad I invested in her. This is a smaller ironing table that Kenneth made for me, and then my ironing board. I hope you enjoyed that little look at my sewing room. Like I said, I'm so thankful to have a space like this where I can just have all of my craft stuff and just do what I want to do. Kenneth was very lovely to let me have this room. I actually started off sharing the office space with him, which did not work out because I took over the entire space and then that room was not big enough, so I brought everything out into the dining room, which our house is not massive, so that wasn't a great thing to do. So we decided that I'd move in here, and I think it has worked out well for everyone. It's a space that I've made my own now and we can still have visitors stay here really easily, so it was definitely a win-win situation. Make sure you check back next week for my September sewing plans. I've got a few things that I didn't think I was going to make this month that I did, and a few unfinished items this month, which I'll talk about why they're unfinished in my next video. I hope you've enjoyed this. If you did, please hit the like button and make sure you're subscribed. I'll put all the links to everything I spoke about in this video in the description box down below, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!